Yo,
Q,
we
hold
live.
up, Q. Did you hear my 2-minute verse? On the warm up. Could you hear that?
Bro, you did not freestyle, and I'm glad you did. I didn't hear it if you did. It
You
would have
didn't hear
been
my
terrible.
2-minute verse? I just flowed for 2 minutes when we was
I,
waiting on the stuff on the beat.
hey, listen, man. I know you David Ruffin and all, but don't ever interrupt my intro like that, man. Don't
I
do that. What's
apologize.
wrong with you, man?
I apologize.
Yo. We live on location. The blackest one is acting a fool today, but we gonna get past all of that. We back, we fresh from All-Star weekend. We feeling good. Black, I know you feeling good because you come on here clowning like I ain't even gonna ask you today, but we back Wednesday, 2 p.m. YouTube, Knuckleheads handle. We out here.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
to the fans. Shout out to everybody. We ain't even gonna do no bust your ass segment this week because it was a down week. We had All-Star. It was relaxation and things going on. We about to get into this All-Star weekend. We gonna get into that. D, let's take a look back, man. Thoughts on the week? I want to start right in on it. What were your thoughts on the new format for the All-Star game? For the
Well,
Sunday, for the big game.
what I'm gonna say, shout out to Bad Boy, shout out to Will Smith. We're gonna take that format, we're gonna ball it up, we're gonna put it in this little box, we're gonna close the box, and we're gonna throw that motherfucker deep in the ocean. You hear me? Like deep in the ocean, so it can never be found.
So it didn't hit right for you.
It didn't hit right for me. I hated every in between was like halftime of a basketball game or what they're doing. I just didn't like none of it. The rising stars look awkward out there playing against
the real All-Stars.
The real All-Stars. Like these guys didn't put the work in to be where they supposed to be and play on Sunday. They shouldn't even been there. It's just the whole thing. And I'm sorry, NBA. I love you. I'm not trying to dog you or talk bad about you, but that one wasn't it. That wasn't it. Like the in-season tournament, I'm down with that. I love that. But that one wasn't it. That wasn't it.
I'm with you on that one, Black. I listen. I gave it its fair shot. I said it beforehand. You remember, as soon as I knew that the rookies and the rising stars was gonna get a shot to play on Sunday, it never connected right with me. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of guys out there that that deserve to be all-stars that never got that chance. And you got, rookies and sophomores in the game. Like that would, and I just didn't like, to me, like everything, all of the numbers, it was like 39, 40 minutes of basketball and like 2.5 hours of everything else. So for me, that didn't hit right. If I'm on the side of anything, I want to go back to the traditional. I felt like the guys played harder, actually. So they competed better this year. I feel like if we get back to the traditional East versus West and the guys bring the, the competitiveness, everything as well. Just no more 170 to 140 games and stuff. Like get out there, play hard against each other, put on the show, and then that's it. That's
I definitely thought they played a little bit harder, but shout out to Wemby, man. I'm starting to love Wemby every time he speak, man. Wemby said he's not out at All-Star to make no goddamn friends.
He gets
this ain't about no friends. It's about coming out here and hoop and going back to my team. I love Wemby for that.
Listen, I'm not sure, but we talking about to the. Hey, look, the 1v1 tournament, I think they should definitely do that, 100%.
But let me ask you this though, because like in Unrivaled, it's not that many players. How do you choose who
can be in it and who can't?
And how many guys can be in? Not really who can be in and who can't, because I feel like if you're in the NBA, you should get an opportunity to be in it. But how many guys do you choose? Because you're trying to do this in Unrivaled, you have different days. They weren't really knocking that all off in one day. This is All-Star weekend, so you got to get this accomplished in one day.
But that's why it's gonna come down to a pool. They're gonna have to make parameters on who's allowed to be in and why they are. That's above.
That's what I'm saying. So what do you think? How many guys you think 10 would be a good 4,
maybe,
8?
Nah,
what I'm saying.
I don't know how they can. I mean, they got to figure out how they're gonna accomplish that in one day. That may not. They may be like just a different portion of All-Star Weekend, like how they got Saturday night. That might be like a Friday night deal after the rookie game or something. You do the 1v1 time or earlier than the rookie game or something. I don't know.
You do the first part of the 1v1 and then finish it on Sunday?
Something like that. Maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe the championship on Sunday or something like that right before the game or at halftime of the game or something like that. I don't know how they would do it, but I think it'd be dope. I was liking hearing, the Kyries and some of the guys say that they would be in for it. What did you think of hearing? Because first, shout out to Mac McClung, man. Shout out to him for 3P, and that's never been done. And I felt like he truly leveled up every year, which is something that's hard to do one year after the next, especially the type of dunker he is. I like the fact that he paid homage to some of the older guys, AG and Blake jumping over the car and the little hoverboard. But shout out to him for putting on the show and 3P and doing his thing. I thought Stephen Castle went crazy too, though. I thought he went crazy. But what did you think of the guys, the Ja Morant, Giannis? You had AG chime in, then Zach LaVine. What did you think of that back and forth on social media? I know for me, I hope it's not just a prisoner of the moment and everybody sitting there getting geeked. I want to see this really come to fruition.
I think that's dope. But what I want to say, and this is no disrespect to Mac McCullough. You know what I'm saying? McClung. Shouts out to him for winning 3 in a row, so forth. But I don't feel like he deserves to be in the game. He's not an efficient NBA player. To be in the NBA dunk contest, which I know it's been bullshit for the last year, so they had to find other guys to add in. But you got to be a player. You know what I'm saying? To me, you got to be a player that's on the team, getting PT. Whether you're not getting PT, you just a consistent player in the NBA. I feel like that's the reward to be in a dunk contest for the NBA. Sorry, I hope I'm not. I apologize to Mac because it's not a diss to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not. But if you play,
if it's a diss, the diss is to the NBA players that refused to participate in the event, which is why he was given the opportunity to even be there.
And that's why I said I understand that. But he's a G League player.
And I get what I'm saying? And they had to do that because you had no guys willing to step up to the plate and do it, and he's obviously got the goods. So that's why he if the Zach LaVines, the Zions, the Jaws, the all these guys, if they were signing up, there's no chance for Mac McClung to even get in there because the superstars would have been present.
I understand that, but that's just what it is to me. It's like he's never should have had the opportunity to be in the dunk contest. But respect to him, 3 in a row, he made history. I think that's dope for him and his family. Shout out to him for doing his thing, man. 3 years in a row, he gave us stuff that we wanted to see. But like the same thing I feel with the Rising Stars. The Rising Stars shouldn't have played on Sunday. Dunk contest. A G League player shouldn't be in a dunk contest.
Nah, I'm with you. I feel what you're saying.
So no disrespect to him. Shout out to him and his family, man. Shout out to him for winning 3 in a row. But that's just how I feel.
Okay. David Ruffin has spoken. What you think about? We already knew Giannis wasn't gonna play. I think Ant was a kind of a late scratch too. But what did you think about everything that's being said about LeBron being a late scratch? He didn't dress for the pictures, didn't dress out for the game, didn't give them a chance to put a substitution in a replacement in his place or whatever. Like what did you think about the way that went down?
Yeah, I just really didn't like how that went for him or Ant. You know what I'm saying? I feel like guys, my Clipper guy could have got in there. Norman Powell. Other guys could have got that opportunity. I remember we was playing so good with the Clippers our second year. Elton Brand was averaging a double-double. I think at the time he was either leading or second in double-doubles up to that point. And I think Shaq bagged out and Elton got an opportunity to be in the All-Star game, which was dope because the Clippers haven't had an all-star in so many years. You know what I'm saying? I felt that was him getting in the all-star game. That was an accomplishment for all of us who was on that team. To show that what we was doing in our second year, we was making some noise in the league. Him being 21 years old, I felt that was dope. So, guys miss opportunities for that. I feel like they knew ahead of time. And I just wish they would have just did it like Giannis and I think AD. They couldn't play, just announce it. It wouldn't have hurt nothing or kept nothing out, unless he wanted to keep a Clipper out.
I
I'm
don't.
just playing, but yeah, I just felt like they should have just announced it a little early so they could have got another guy in there and had the opportunity to get an All-Star under their belt.
Yeah, like we don't know what's going on behind the curtains or behind the scenes, and what the motives for the way that things were, the way that it went down. But I'm definitely against not giving them enough time to put replacements in, bro. Like, come on, bro. We know if we're not gonna play, especially these guys, and this is All-Star weekend. This ain't like this is a finals game, and you really playing it day to day with how your body feel or something like that. Like, you should have been able to say that at least early enough that morning or the day before. Even to me, if it was already like they saying how you've been on the injury report, if it was you know what I'm saying, if it was a tit for tat thing, you just give them time to do that. Like, okay, like, cool. I'm gonna say at this point where they still got enough time to say, hey, Storm and Norman, you here, you can get in the game or whatever they got to do. But like, because that, like you say, like you say, for me, I'm all about the people's opportunities, and like, who knows, like Norman being granted this position this year basically because Kawhi was hurt most of the year. So he got a chance to really step up and showcase who he is and what he could do. If everything go back to normal this year, he won't get that same opportunity with a Harden and Kawhi. Like, this could have been his one chance in his career, and he don't get it because you just didn't say something early enough. Like, come on, dog. Like, nah, I'm not. I'm hot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part for me that somebody like that who's extremely deserving of being an all-star. Like we say, some people say it should be 15-man roster as opposed to 12, so somebody don't always get snubbed. But like, when it's a situation like that, I agree with those that say that was that LeBron went about it in a selfish way because you weren't thinking about anybody else but yourself. You didn't give the NBA a chance to try and situate stuff, and whatever other player that was gonna get that opportunity, you didn't care about that either.
Yeah.
So for
But
me,
I didn't want to see LeBron. Like, I'm on the other side too, because I didn't want to see LeBron on the court with no rising stars doing All-Star game. Like,
hey, listen,
you're not worthy of that,
Then with that being said, if that's really how you feel, slide to the side and let somebody who don't mind playing with them rising stars get up out there. Don't do it like that where you don't just leave them a chance. Like, you got all of right in the world to say you don't want to do that. That's cool. But to like not even give somebody else that chance, that was bogus. I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at the second half, Black. Gotta get to the second half. Strength of schedule. What we got going on here, man. Can our Suns get there, bro? Can the Suns get there? They in the 11th spot right now. They got the number one toughest opponent schedule left.
Yeah.
28 of them.
No, they just gotta do some balling, man. They just gotta do some balling. That's just what it is. They at the top of the list.
See, yeah,
it's gonna be hard. What position they in? They like 10th
they
or
in the
9th
right now. They
Oh,
in the
they're 11
11th
right
place.
now. Y'all, yeah, that's even.
You know what's
harder.
crazy though that you don't see on here? Like, the Warriors are not on there for the toughest schedule.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They now getting Jimmy and getting that little they went into the break with a little head of steam.
You know
and
who
you
else
heard
ain't
Draymond. You heard what Draymond said. He in his full bag. He didn't put the whole battery in the pack, huh? He said we winning.
But you know who else is not on that schedule? The San Antonio Spurs.
Oh yeah,
they done made a move that could really give a push. So it's gonna be interesting in that West.
I'm excited to see this second half, bro. Like, I'm excited to see what the
I think somebody
Lakers
that's
gonna
in
do,
trouble,
what the Warriors gonna do, what the Spurs gonna look like.
Yeah, like Philadelphia might be in trouble.
Hey man, that noise about to get loud out in Philly if something don't change real quick, bro. It's too many big names is and all of that's going on for them to be not even in the play-in fight.
Yeah, because the moves they made this summer was for the push to
To
get over the
champion,
hump.
yeah, to
You know what
challenge
I'm saying?
Boston. Yeah.
So for them not to even be, they gonna mess around and be in the play-in. You know?
That's what they hoping. If they gotta fight. They gotta
Yeah,
fight for real, bro. Like that boy Maxie out there on the island.
yeah,
Because the guys they I mean, just unfortunately, they haven't been able to be healthy. Like, ain't no other way to put it.
yeah.
There
I
you go
think
with
the
the
magic is
standings.
the magic is back a little bit more healthy. I want to see what type of push they push going into the second half. If any team I'm worried about them Bucks because I think they say Giannis gonna probably be out for a month or a little less than a
Oh,
month.
damn.
So I want to see where they end up at, you know what I'm saying, by the end of it. But fairly, everybody else is
I'm
fairly healthy and I feel like ready to have a big push for the second half.
I don't know. You think the Hawks gonna be able to hold down without Johnson? They traded away
Hunter.
Hunter. They did get Karis LeVert back, he could play anywhere and get a
Yeah.
bucket. But that could be a position where Miami try and make some ground on the Hawks. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's a little crack in the door right there.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely think they got something to do, but that's been the Hawks all year to me. You know what I'm saying? That's been the Hawks all year. They lost a guy, added another decent guy, lost a guy to injury.
Can Detroit sneak Milwaukee right now while Giannis is out? Like
That's what
can that be a little 6-5 switch where they
yeah.
gain that ground right there? Because they've been balling. Detroit has now.
Yeah, but if you look at the standings, outside of the third spot, between four on down, anything can
It's
happen.
right there. Yeah, it's
You know
right
what I'm
there.
saying? Between four on down, anything can happen.
You right. Let's look at the West now. You right out east. That's pretty much easy. Like OKC been the pace car the whole year. You know what I'm saying? Doing their thing. The Warriors and snuck into 10. Sacramento at 9. Lakers sitting right there at 5 though. Like the Lakers in a pretty situation, bro. Like they could get if they could get anybody other than OKC or that Denver that first round, I think they could get busy, bro. And I'm not saying that they could just beat everybody else, but I think as long as they could really stay the hell away from OKC and Denver, maybe Houston too, but like I don't know. Like
Right.
they
I'm
get the big
just
bro in them people. They could big bro a lot of these other teams, bro.
yeah, I don't like I say, I'm still caught up in the fact defensively and them not having a solid big man that I'm confident in that's the trouble they gonna run into in a 7-game series.
Yeah,
That's just
in the
me.
playoffs.
Like no matter how small they try to get and all that, man, every team in the Western Conference except for Golden State has a deadly big man. You know what I'm saying? A big man that can get a bucket and do all that stuff. So like, yeah, it's just gonna scare me for them on the
Well,
on the
it's
big man side, the defense side.
yeah. Well, my whole thing about going small was like for the rest of this season to try and get the best position in the playoffs they can get. Now, when they
Yeah,
get there, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. They're gonna have to deal with a big boy out there. So we're gonna see where
yeah,
that's gonna stay.
yeah.
But
But
what
it's
you
it's
think Memphis could do in this playoffs run? You think they kind of being slept on? Like they not being
I
talked
think
about hardly at all, bro. Like in
I
the
think they
grand
are.
scheme,
I
they
think
not
they
getting a lot of talk or a lot of hype or none of that. They sitting at number 2.
Yeah, I think they are. I think they are. I think they've been riding this wave of they not saying nothing. I think Jai has been doing a great job of, playing basketball. You haven't been hearing his name come up in nothing. They have an all-star in Jared Jackson. They traded away Marcus Smart, try to add another piece. I think they're in a great position. It's scary for them too because man, you can run into the Mavericks, you can run into the Warriors, you can run into the Kings, you can run into the Spurs, you can run into Timberwolves. It's gonna get ugly. Like the West gonna be the West. like
Oh yeah.
that's why we call it the Wild Wild West. It's gonna get ugly all the way around. So we gonna see.
Okay. Let's get to the This the good stuff right here. We want to see the race for Cooper Flagg. That's if I saw something today where Cooper Flagg say, "Man, I might want to go back to school after seeing who I'm about to have to go to."
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, you know the NIL sweet. I don't think he gonna really go back to school, but like hey, listen, they getting so much money these days. Like if I seen I had to go to the Wizards, what you might do, Black?
Yeah, man, I might have Steve Francis, them boys, man, because
Hey,
man, it ain't. I wouldn't want to go to the Wizards right now. The Wizards is not looking like a upside of what they really want to try to put together and put together something to actually win some games. It's just looking shaky over there, you know.
you got New Orleans right there. Like I like if New Orleans could win, he could be all right down there.
Yeah, I think
I mean,
he'll be a
organizationally, it's been questions about what they doing down there, but I'm talking about the group of guys and players they got. If New Orleans could get that #1 pick from the probability, like that could be a little destination for
Yeah,
Cooper
out of
Flag.
the teams that's been shown on the screen, I think New Orleans is the best fit for him. You know what I'm
That'll be
saying?
something
I think
nice.
that's the best fit for him with CJ McCollum, a real veteran, real
Mike
stand-up
Krzyzewski.
guy. He don't bite his tongue and he a hard worker. You got talent in Zion, you got talent in all them guys over there. They got a nice roster over there. I think the best fit in will be with New Orleans. I think everywhere else is just it's gonna be a little bit more shaky.
We're gonna be getting his ass beat. Still
Yeah.
could happen in New Orleans, but I'm telling you, New
Like I
Orleans
say,
got some dudes.
Toronto,
They got
they just signed Brandon Ingram. You got Barnes. It's like,
a lot of his
you know,
position
yeah, a
already.
lot of his position already. Charlotte, it's a lot in his position over there
He
too. I
still could
just
go
don't.
there and get busy though.
Yeah, I don't think he'd get there. Bit Utah, that's probably my second pick for him to go. I feel like he can fit well in Utah, but and Washington,
They
I
just
don't know where they at as an
yeah. I
organization
just
when it's time about winning. It's they time about just flushing the whole toilet and just starting off with some new water. Like I think is that's what they probably doing.
Cooper Flag. Hey, that boy done held that #1 thing down the whole year.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some predictions, Black. Let's get to these predictions. This one I rubs hands like Birdman because this one we get to bring up the receipts at the end of the year and see who was right and who was wrong. You feel me?
Okay.
So I think we both gonna agree on this. The
Yep.
MVP, the most valuable player. Go
Yep.
ahead. S to the GA.
SGA. You
Yeah,
know it.
yeah. Hold up. Let me just say this though. Everybody know young fella got the swag in the counter, but like, did you see the fur coat where he was channeling the old school Magic Johnson picture when he came in? Hey, salute, young fella. Everybody can't pull off the fur coat. That boy had the big boy John on, like the one Magic had in that epic photo. I say, okay, young fella. I don't know if that was his inspo for the coat, but that's what it made me think of. I'm old school. I remember that Magic picture. That was fly. So we both got SGA for the MVP. I think that's gonna be pretty much signed, sealed, delivered.
Yes, sir.
Rookie of the year. Who you got, Black?
I got Castle.
Okay, we
Uh
we
I
two for
got
two.
Castle as rookie of the year. He's my rookie of the year. If I had to pick a second, I'd probably go with my man from Atlanta. Like he's been looking pretty nice. Yeah, so yeah, I got Castle though.
Yeah, I'm going Castle. Second place would be Wells from the Grizzlies for me. He been shooting the hell out the ball. But
Yeah.
Castle is the guy for me for sure, for sure. Defensive player. Right now, we 2 for 2. We in agreement so far. I think we about to stay in agreement right here. Number 3, defensive player of the year. Who you got? Wimby.
You know it.
Wimby. All day, every day.
Yeah,
Should have
I got
been
Wemby.
last year. He the same
Yeah,
like SGA. He should have been last year. We ain't got to
yeah,
even talk about it. He shut that down. He got all the blocks. You know what I'm saying? People don't even take layups because he's standing there. They go on here
yeah.
and pass.
Wemby ain't here to make no friends, man.
Hey, he got the right mentality. Let's go to 6 man of the year. These is all pretty much like kind of like easy. Who you got?
Uh
Uh
who you got?
Peyton Pritchard. Landslide.
No, I don't got Peyton Pritchard.
You tripping.
I
I
got my
can't wait
man
for these
from
receipts. Come on with it.
damn, I can't think of his name.
Look, he
From
ain't even up
Detroit.
here on the screen. Oh, you talking about Malik Beasley?
Yeah, I got Malik Beasley. 6 man of the year. He just broke a franchise record in most threes in a season, and still got a whole half a season to go. So I got Malik Beasley.
Bro, okay. I can't wait for these receipts to come. Like, no disrespect to Malik Beasley, but okay. Most improved player of the year. Who you got here?
You know who I got.
Oh yeah, we going Clippers. We
Stormin'
going
Norman.
Clippers. We
You
going
know what I'm
Clippers
saying?
all
I got
day.
Stormin' Norman.
Norman Powell all
Yeah.
day. That's
That's
self-explanatory. Although the other two boys then definitely leveled up and they
yeah.
both became all-stars this year.
All-stars.
They already was on the verge though. They already was
Yeah.
big time and best player. Like, well, the hero not the best player on his team, but like he was already one of them ones out there, and so was
Yeah.
Cade. Norman been stuck in the 6-man
In
bench
the
role,
role for it.
although
Yeah.
he has always been big time and a contributor, but he ain't never got to be 20 plus points and doing what he doing, how he doing it. So
Yeah.
Stormin' Norman,
Yeah, I
easy,
got Stormin' Norman.
easy. And this next one gonna be easy too. Let's see the coach of the year. Coach of the year. I'm sorry. Is in the bad part. I'm serious. The bad part about this is like in any other year, JB probably would win it. Any other year, Ime probably would win it. But because of what Kenny Atkinson's how he done came in and flipped the damn table over and led the whole league in best record from wire to wire so far with the same team. You feel me? Like they got like a couple of tinkers here and there, but like it's easily Kenny Atkinson, bro.
Yeah, I
Shout
agree.
out to JB, shout out to Ime, and shout out to, I always gotta show some love to my man down here. My man down here, Coach Moles in Orlando. Shout out to him, but like it's Kenny Atkinson's all day long on the coach of the year this year. Easy.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
That's pretty much easy. You want to do some team predictions, Black, and see who gonna,
Let's do it.
you want to challenge me on that? I
Let's
think that's,
do it.
yeah, man. Who gonna be the number one seed in each conference?
Oh, that's Cleveland and OKC.
Easy, wire to wire. I say the
Yeah.
same thing. What team in the West is gonna miss the playoffs though? Is it gonna be the Suns, the Spurs, the Warriors, the Kings, or the Mavs?
Mm. I'm gonna go with, man, that's a hard. I'm gonna say the Sacramento Kings.
I was gonna say the same thing. Out of them, I think the Kings fall off. If anybody, I would choose them too. Halfway through the season, who you got for the championship? Who winning the championship? Now preseason,
Can we do who gonna play in the conference finals?
we could do that too. But preseason, I picked the Bucks to win, and you picked the Mavs to win. So going off whatever you want to do, who gonna make the conference finals and who going?
Conference finals is gonna be in the Eastern Conference. It's gonna be the Bucks and the Boston Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
In the West,
Man, you just dissing them boys like that. Cleveland don't get no love, even though they know one. Huh?
Bucks and the Celtics again. In the West, I'm gonna go with, man, that's gonna be a hard one. I'm gonna go with OKC and the Mavericks.
So who coming out of each one?
I got the Mavericks coming out. I got Boston coming out.
And who win?
Boston.
Okay. All right. East, I got Boston. I got Boston, Cleveland. And I got Boston beating them. In the West, I got OKC and Denver. OKC and Denver. And I got OKC beating them. And then I got Boston beating OKC in the chipper. There you have it.
Can I change mine up?
Change?
Yeah.
You go ahead. You David.
Nah,
Ruffin.
I ain't gonna change. I ain't gonna change it. I'm sticking with what I know.
Oh, okay. Can we get to the fan questions? Put them on the board. Yes. Cowboy, Miles and Q. Miles. Shout out to Dikembe. He call you Miles. Like, don't nobody really call you Miles, but big fella. Miles and Q. Do coaches adjust their NBA coaching straight during the second half of the season, or do they keep the same strategy all season? Depends.
Depends on if you've been winning with that same recipe and you up in the uh in the conference with what you was doing in the first half, you do it. Some of the guys that's in that, I want to say that 6 on back range, they might adjust a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, in the second half. So it depends.
Yeah, I think it definitely depends, but I think still, even win or lose, I think all coaches are always kind of tinkering and adjusting different things they see and trying to improve things as they see the season go on. And that's what they got the whole staff for. They got, you know what I'm saying, all eyes on everything, seeing like no matter how good or bad they're doing, what can they improve on? How can they adjust this to make something better? So I think on some level it happens for all of them during the year. Don B. What teams need to win a championship this season the most? Shit, Dallas. Nobody don't need to win it more than Dallas this year just because of what they just gave up and the vibes in Dallas.
I will say OKC needs to be at least in the championship. They led they've been number one in the conference the last 2
You
years.
said they needs to lead to be at least in the championship or win
Yeah,
it.
to at least be in the championship.
This is your day, huh? You just David Ruff. You gonna take and remix that man question and do all this, huh?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I agree with you. I agree with what you saying, but
But you
I'm
said
saying
OKC at least got to get there. So
yeah,
if they don't get there, then what?
they've been the number one seed for the last 2 years. They need to.
Get to the
It's a
finals.
need to them. You know what I'm
It,
saying? At least get to the finals.
okay.
I wouldn't say win it, but it's a need for them to at least get to the finals, conference finals. I feel like they need to get up there.
Okay. Respect. So Montard, how do you guys feel about a talent like Juju Watkins not being able to play in the WNBA sooner? When I watch her play, I see CJ McCollum / Maya Moore in her game. Hey, nah, I'm listen. It don't matter what sport it is to me, bro. Like I feel like if a girl like Serena Williams can turn pro at 14, 15, or however old her and Venus them were when they did it, that same as in the NBA and in the NCAA for guys like the girls, once they get good enough, they should be able to go early. I don't see why especially somebody like her, Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, when she was they were all ready to go before the time where they had to be there to go. So for me, yeah, if the girls are ready to go and they can ball and they put up a good enough resume, they should be able to leave early too.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't agree. I don't think the WNBA is ready for girls to come early yet. I feel like they need to get a few more teams because they're already losing. They're already losing women
First
that
round picks, I forgot about that.
that are good enough. You got women that's getting, like you said, get picked in the first round and they're not making the roster. So I just feel like it still need to be some more teams before
They
that
have
kind of
added
get.
a couple, like at least about 2, 3 more, but you're right, it
Yeah,
probably still need to be more.
they just added. I think they just added
Cleveland.
two more
Cleveland just
teams.
came too.
I think it's the Bay Area and Cleveland just hopped in, but
Yep.
I think it just needs to be some more teams so they won't lose talent because they losing women who are good enough to play in the WNBA right now.
Nah, that's real. Every year it'd be a complaint about girls that just went first round and da 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 not making it. So I agree with that.
Yeah.
Sydney Northcutt. What do you think about SGA parting ways with his agent and representing himself, especially with a potential max contract this offseason? He ain't wrong. All he gotta do is walk in there and say, "Let me get all that," and they gonna say right away, "Sir, it ain't nothing to really
Yeah, it
get you
ain't
a good lawyer to check
look
over
over.
everything and make sure everything is right and have." If anything, have that lawyer talk with a good agent to make sure everything is straight. But like he doing it dope, like Ray Allen did at a certain point where, you know what I'm saying, when you get to that level, if especially like with your NBA contract is probably the smallest thing that you need your agent for when you on the level of SGA. You need your agent for other things off the court and different things like that, really. But when everything is set and structured the way it is, and you a top dog like him who gonna demand the most that can be given, there's not a lot of wiggle room or negotiations that need to be done. So I love it for him.
Yeah, the shit ain't rocket science.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want the most that I could get, however the most I could get shape out, and you gonna throw it to me because he's that big time. So it's a no-brainer. Don B, which of the top 10 teams in the West do y'all think is coached the best? Houston? I would say Houston right now because
I got a couple of picks for that.
Dallas.
I think Jace Kidd get
J.
the best out of
Kidd.
what he get. I think
Yeah.
Ty Lue get the best out of what he
Damn, I
have to
forgot
deal
about T.
with.
Lue too out there.
I feel like Ime has been doing a remarkable job, and I think my guy over there at OKC, he's been doing a remarkable job with them young guys.
He killing it.
So my guy from
we
Denver.
got to shout out Doug Christie too, though. He came in and did
Doug.
well for Sac, and then like you was about to say, Michael Malone, he always one of the best coaches in the league.
In that West, it goes down. You got to be. The West is kind of different than the East. You got to have a voice, a big voice on your team.
The Spurs got him filled in pretty good for Pop too. He seemed to be doing, got a good rapport with the guys and getting some good stuff out of them. So, I can't remember his name, but shout out him too. Spurs coach. This is a podcast. Question for both fellas. What's the funniest thing that you ever seen on the NBA road trip together, whether it be on a team bus, team plane, hotel, or anything? When we was together? Ah, man.
I don't even want to. I can't really say because that's too much info, man. I can't even really say.
Let me ask you a question. Is the thing that popped in your mind the hotel elevators?
Elevator.
That's my boy.
That's the first thing. That's the first thing that popped in my mind. Was the hotel elevator, but I can't tell you the details to it. So I apologize for not answering that question all the way through.
Have mercy.
But you see how we laughed at it, so you know it's funny as hell.
Yeah, that's good. That's good right there. We ain't gonna go there though. That is not for this. That is this. This is a podcast for real right there.
You knew exactly what I. Yeah.
Y'all won't look at the characters the same no more. We gonna Where does Jaylen Brown rank in history? If he in history, I don't know where he ranked.
Where he ranked in history of what?
If he win another Finals MVP this year, I don't know where. I
can't put him ranked in history, but
I don't even care where he ranked in history. All I know is Jaylen Brown, a bad boy. He cold. That man got look. He, like you said, he got a Finals MVP. He got a Conference MVP. He got, at the time, the biggest contract in NBA history. He could say he had that at one point. So,
well, I got a reverse question for him.
Brown don't even want to care where he get ranked in history, but I don't know.
I got a reverse question for him. Where do we rank Kawhi Leonard with 2 Finals MVPs in history?
Yeah, I don't know. That's another one though. Listen, he's a bad motherfucker. Like, so
exactly. So
I gotta wait till it shake out. They not like in that top 10 where you can start arguing and shit like that. When you're not in the top 10, it's kind of hard to be like, where is he? You gotta look at that. But yeah, they've been some bad boys, both of them. P-Man, do y'all think you'll ever get Gary Payton back on here for a proper one-on-one? Hey, listen, P-Man, we got you next week, homie. We got you. We already did it. That's our Uncle Gary, by the way. That's our Uncle Gary. What up, Black? What up, Q? Flyer, Tiger Nation. What's Flyers? What's that?
in my high school.
Oh, get that weak shit out of here,
In
man.
my
But
high
what
school,
what
man.
y'all think about the rumors of Memphis possibly trading Morant all season? Will this become a new? Hey, listen, y'all done seen already, man. Listen, if Luka the Don can get moved, literally anything goes. So if it do happen, like I won't be more surprised than when Luka got moved. It would be surprising for sure because he's the franchise, he's a cornerstone, he's one of them dudes in this league, and you just don't see them get moved around every day. But like if the Luka thing didn't teach us anything, is that anybody can move around at any point right now. Like that's the temperature and climate
I
in this
I
league.
I think Ja is Memphis and Memphis is Ja. But if they do decide to move Ja, I hope, like in a Luka situation, they get something very, very valuable to come
Hey,
back with.
you
But
just said
moving Ja and you ain't getting the, close to the type of caliber, it's gonna be bad for their franchise.
all I'm gonna say is Dallas was Luca and Luca was Dallas, and look at what the hell happened, and that thing is up in flames right now.
Yeah,
They
but they
they
they they
upset.
got an AD back, so you know what I'm saying. Like, if you get rid of Ja, hopefully you get an AD back. Because if you don't get none of the caliber, it's gonna be bad for Memphis.
Memphis still could be mad though. They might look at the AD like whatever. It ain't Ja. Nothing against AD. We just love Ja. We gonna see. I like that question, Keenan Mosley. Mm-hmm. Do we got any more? Or matter of fact, I don't want to do no more. Let's get to the stat of the day, Black, because it's
Hmm.
about that guy. It's about that guy. SGA scored 1,720 points before All Star break. In the history of the league, only 5 players have entered the All Star break with more points. Wilt did it 2 times in the 61-62 season and the 62-63 season. James Harden, who I be telling y'all is a bad man, put some respect on his name. He didn't done it 2 times in 18, 19, and 1920. Wilt and Harden are the only ones to do it twice. That lets you know what type of business Harden standing on. Then you
Hmm.
had Nate Archibald do it once in 72, 73. You had the Brody, Russell Westbrook do it once in 16, 17. Then you had the Mamba, Kobe Bryant do it once in 05, 06. So you got to put that in perspective, man. Shout out SGA for joining that list, but only Wilt and James Harden has done it twice, bro.
Yeah.
Like, put some respect on James Harden name, people. Like that boy ain't he ain't to be played with. Who your shout out of the week, Black? Where your shout out of the week going
Shout
to?
Shout out of the week goes to the Yay area, the Bay Area.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Put
Shout
on
out
the
to the
hell of an
Bay
all
Area,
star.
man. Put on a great All Star. Turned out well. Everybody then went down there and got their business done, celebrated and had a good time. Everybody made it home safe. So shout out to the Bay Area and the organization, the Golden State Warriors, for hosting a great All Star weekend.
Yes, sir. No doubt. Respect. I also follow those comments and echo them. My shout out goes to Nafisha Collier. You know what I'm saying? She went out there and balled out,
V.
won the 1 versus 1 in the unrivaled. She's part of the ownership group that helped put this whole ballot thing together. But I like that she went out there and said, I'm not only an owner, I'm a hoop in this league. I'm gonna go ahead and win this whole thing. And
Pockets
I like,
200,000 more
you know what I'm
fatter.
saying? Get me get that 200,000 check, and they gonna get the credit for influencing the league, the NBA, and the guys. Because I definitely think that the NBA is gonna pick this up and try and put it in our game somehow and make it a part of the thing. And I give them kudos, man, because I think it's a dope idea. It's a dope thing to put to it because every kid, all of us grew up at some point. You played ones, you played King of the Hill, you played whatever it was. So this is definitely a part and an aspect of basketball. And it's super entertaining. And shout out to Fee for winning the whole damn thing. And shout out to Unrivals for coming up with the concept and putting it on.
Yes,
That's
sir.
my shout out of the week.
Yes, sir.
That's it. That's all. David Ruffin, you want to do your freestyle on the way out since you didn't, you've been handling business and
What's
remixing
that
and
down there,
running.
Q?
D Moss. I don't know what D Moss is. I remember seeing you on a television show. The show, oh, D Miles. They saw us on One on One. with Flex Williams. Flex Alexander, not Flex Williams. Flex Alex, you calling you the wrong name, Cowboy, man. You over here tripping today, man. You look autocorrect. But David Ruffin, you want to take us out on the outro since you was interrupting me on the intro and handling all what you got a freestyle? You got some bars? What you got?
Nah, I'm still thinking about the elevator.
Hey, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. YouTube Knuckleheads. Me and the Blackest One. We will not be talking about Minnesota, Minneapolis, and we will not be talking about that damn elevator.
Straight up. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck them up.
We out.